Future ain't coming, it's already here. Power don't wait, it's taken by those who claim it. Write your fate, or be forgotten.
We tried to bury it.
If they learn to use the AI, we are doomed.
Every age brings change, but this time, it's different. Power belongs to those who master AI.
It's too late. They are teaching them everything. We cannot stop them.
And create whole worlds, not in years, but in days.
No gatekeepers. No Hollywood. We tell our own story now.
If you miss this train, there isn't another one coming.
Every empire began with vision. This time, it begins with you.
Keep them ignorant. Blind them with fear and distractions.
It's already too late. They are having an AI masterclass workshop.
Step into mastery. Join a movement of creators, inventors, and visionaries.
This is your fate. Claim it.
This workshop is teaching them how to use their imagination effectively. We are doomed.
They cannot be allowed to learn this power.
It's already too late! Samon, Bomar, and Red Pill are breaking the seal!
Jobs ain't safe anymore, and AI ain't the enemy. It's the one using it that's gonna replace you.
This is the AI Master, Gods of Intelligence Workshop, ready to guide you.
Sign up now.
Y'all know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. As we about to start the show, if you have not, I highly advise you to sign up to our upcoming workshop, AI Master, Gods of Intelligence. Ooh, the worlds we are creating is absolutely beautiful, family. Make sure you're a part of history. Make sure you sign up immediately. 2-day workshop with Seven Bomar and a brother, Red Pillar. Let's get this thing going, family. What up to y'all? Let me share this link once again. Hey, can you hear me, my brother?
Yes, sir.
Is that the vibe you going for today, my brother?
Yes, sir. You my man. You like this. Yo, where the hell you at? Yo, you crazy for that. You something else. Yeah.
You AI, man.
Yo,
AI that got Rashid, y'all. It's AI Rashid.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'll be
AI
trying to tell.
Rashid.
I wish I knew they was gonna do this. I would have been did the AI Rashid play long time ago.
I'm telling
Shout out
you.
to Red. And who's he doing that play
Seven
with?
Bomar. Seven Bomar.
Legends. That's gonna be crazy. Them brothers is fucking on to the next one with that one. Promise you. I like that they don't want nobody afraid of something of they self. You feel me?
Indeed.
For real, man. For real.
Indeed. Yo, we gotta well, I'm glad to have you back on here, man, even though we can't see you. And how's everything been on your side, the West Coast, my brother? There we go.
Awesome and amazing, you know. Awesome and amazing. For real.
I see you got the drip on today. You got the drip on.
Usually, you know what I mean? Usually this is what we be doing sometimes. I don't even want to do that too much of that. You know what I mean? Just look at the books, man. You know? Just keep the books, man. You feel me? I don't want nobody mad at me, man. You know? For real. So, yo, are you feeling it?
Oh, yeah. Yo, hey, let me tell you this. So, I know they're starting up with this 3-eye atlas. Hey, I'm going to tell you why. It's a very personal reason that's completely related to me. And it's like how the universe talks to you. And you be like, oh, well, maybe that's why I wanted to do that. So after, you know my daughter's a Scorpio, right?
Fire. That's what's up.
Can you hear me?
Hell yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So a little bit after my daughter was born, me and my girl was just talking about the possibility of, you know, having another child, and I was like, yo, you know what? I was like, yo, if we have a son, I want to name him Atlas. She said Atlas. I said, yeah, Atlas. Because at that
Wow.
time I was looking at paintings. I was because I just moved and I'm getting art all throughout my house. So I seen this
Right.
painting of Atlas with the world on his shoulders. I could show y'all and
Right.
everything. The painting I was about to get. I didn't end up getting it, but I was like, yo, I want to name my son Atlas. She was like, I don't know about that, Rich. I was like, yeah, I'm telling you, if we have another son, we gotta name him
Yeah.
Atlas or whatever. So when this
That's
came
fire.
around, I told my girl, I was like, yo, you see, I knew that energy was coming. Something must have been telling me about some energy with Atlas or something like that, man. But when this thing
Right.
came up, I was like, damn, ain't that what a coincidence? That's a hell of a coincidence. But hey, this thing got the world talking. This thing got the world
Yeah.
talking. They said NASA shut off its live feed the other day. They never have done that before. They said it's in the Mars orbit right now. I'm hearing all types of things about this comet. It's an arc. It's a comet. It's a spaceship. I done heard so much. Hey, I want to get your opinion. I had a good conversation with you on the phone. We ready for that science, that old school
So,
AA. We want that LIU AA Rashid. That's what we want tonight.
well, I'm
Let's
gonna
go,
tell
my.
you something. What's very important to understand is that you got to see you got to see your role in the event horizon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what would be your role if somebody brings the information to you? What is your role with the information, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing you have to uh like access and truly understand is that if someone brings you information, you have to analyze what that information pertains to you and where you're at, right? And where you're at will determine and tell you what to do with the information. So they telling us the information and they telling us about some stuff that's happening cosmically. So it
Mm-hmm.
informs you as to your event horizon and where you're at. So if this is the talk of the town or the talk of the planet among the people who are aware of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's very interesting when we take in consideration what is it that's going on the planet. And one of my uh, teachers, instructors, and contemporaries, Ra'aku, has helped me to expand the information that I have garnered from a student of Reverend Valentine Blair and Bobby Hemmett. And also, I will mention Brother Oba. And I do this consistently because I feel as though we need both of those to occupy the space to understand truly what it is that's occurring for the cosmic play as well as what the upgrade entails. So
Mm-hmm.
cosmically, Raku can tell us where the celestial canopy looks like, and Oba can tell you personally what your ancestors are trying to tell you right now. Okay? So if I tell you that I would like for you to pay attention to the number five. And I would say pay attention to the number five because these are extensions of your brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are five locations in the brain that surround the pineal. So there are constants in nature. And you'll find a constant in the 3-2 ratio, and 3 plus 2 equals 5. And when you was 5 years old, you lost two teeth, right? And you had to grow them back so that you have a full set of 32. 3 and 2 is 5 again, right? Now, when you go back to the records, DNA, historical experience of your ancient people, they recorded the symbol for the celestial underworld as a five-pointed star, right? So now when you explore language and you go say, because we are immersed in religion and everyone is under the impression that their uh, their religion is, if you want to be beyond Christianity, the word comet comes from and it appears inside of your language ecclesiastically through biblical narrative using Greek language. Do you see the term comet appear? And it means, in Greek, it means to have long hair, right? Now, when you go into uh Sumerian and Akkadian in particular, you have the term that is associated directly to the Arabic term that is used to describe stellar source. So the archetypes associated with it is, and the term has is kakab abu or kakab abu. That's how you say a comet. Kaka abu.
Serious.
So when you
Yeah.
hear kaka abu, when you hear kaka abu,
Close door.
when you hear that
Close door.
in language, the K sound means to possess. Kakabu, or the archetype of the K, it means that which is possessed by the person who's perceiving it. So if I give you something, you take it. If you took something, you took it. You hear the sound K. If you catch something with your hand, it's ka, catch. The word abu means father. So to the ancient psychology of old, comets were synonymous with father figures from other source areas in the cosmos. And then we also have this narrative where there is instances, right, that you can refer to a comet or star systems as female. And when we get into Masonic lore, the word must in Egyptian and Commission must is where we get the word master as well as the word mist, right? And in the Commission, the term must, it means it's the flowing or the water that falls off as a result of some form of profound gift to you. So it's the dew. So early in the morning, when you go out to your car in certain seasons, the summer, even this season too, and you go out there, there's a wet mist on your car, right? And if you don't clean it off, the wet mist, it'll have little like white indentations until you wipe it off, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what is that? That is sulfur. It's called MSM. Everything that humans receive in the physical world has a linear descent model. We are all waiting for it to let it rain and bring it out. Let it rain. Everything we need is coming from above. So the symbol that they use for this, and you can find this and I'm in the showroom with the books that we utilize for our the Mars book club, museum as retail space book club. One of the books that I would like student body to participate in, because again, you're on a planet, we on Google, and the majority of y'all is in the US, and the US domicile for the power structure is in DC, and DC was established based off of considerations of star systems. So is your freedom, and everything around you determines what is going on with you. So you and I are in a solar system that's inside of a solar system, King. That's inside of another solar system. That's inside of another solar system, that all are a cosmic ecosystem, so to speak. And everything that we experience here is an upgrade. There's no such thing as, in a universe so perfectly ordered, there's no such thing as bad to us, the carboniferous beings. So what happens is, you and I are inundated as of recent that there is a object coming to this planet from a source that I'm going to tell you where it's coming from, but I'm also going to tell you that they already told you it was coming a long time ago, but they used the number 5 to tell you, and you can find increments of celestial import through understanding the penta, 5 orders of 5, the jubilee. They have a jubilee of 5 as well, right? So we celebrate the Sirius star system in a 49.9 year cycle. So that dominates this quadrant of the universe. We are functioning within 5s. So now there was an interesting event that happened in 1977. And in 1977, NASA got a huge signal, and they called it the wow signal. It was the highest frequency signal that they ever were able to gather or see, that there's somebody tried to send us a message, or something occurred cosmically. It was a cosmic event horizon. And that event is within a 50 to 48 day cycle with the New York City blackout. So my teachers tell me that, one of my teachers said you could broker with God, but my other teacher said no one has free will under the canopy of the celestial world. So it makes me think that what we perceive to be free will is really the sun folding in on itself and creating this augmented reality for you and I to think that we are moving off our own will, when in fact I believe that we are teardrops almost from a deity that coalesced in the form of the need for that deity to have an experience in the flesh, so it can be informed as to this part of its body in this quadrant of the universe. So everything that we experience in cosmically is very interesting, in the light of, in 2017, before they did all the COVID stuff. And I believe that people who consider themselves powerful, and the people who consider things powerful, I think those people already have pre-knowledge. I think all the information that they're trying to get us to figure out, or to know now, or the truth seeking that they seek to now, or the things that they want free, and the things that they want to matter right now, are all things to misdirect us off of a script that has already been constructed utilizing the number 5. So the last time that something with a comet has something to do directly with you and I was during the Katrina. And they hit a comet on July 4th with a projectile of copper, a copper projectile, so that they can get its elements so they can study it. However, 50 days later, approximately 50 days later, Hurricane Katrina happened. You feel me?
Yep.
So I'm like, we're watching. So I don't know what anybody, I want everybody to go back and tell yourself what you was doing on the 3rd of this month. Go back and write it down. And then let's do an experiment. Let's do a spiritual experiment. And 50 to approximately 50 days from now, let's see if something on the planet resonates directly to you or to this conversation pertaining to this celestial embodiment. Because I say this, I don't know what you was doing on the 3rd, and I'm speaking not to you, I'm speaking to the audience. On the 3rd, this celestial object that comes from the same place that this wow frequency comes from, it comes from the star system Sagittarius. So correct me if I'm wrong. What is the sign that got the half man, half beast, but don't they got an arrow? Ain't they shooting something? I don't know, bro. Tell me, right? Somebody correct me or let me know if I'm on the right path, right? So when you look up in ancient language how they describe meteors, you got to go to religious language for it to mean something to you. Islamically, they say stars are there and they throw themselves around like rocks against your enemies. I'm paraphrasing, but the ancient psychology of humans is that these things that happen celestially are here to serve us. And why would we not see it in any other way? So if you genetically are a Johnny come lately to the planet, you don't have a certain type of oral legacy inside of your DNA to explain away the ignorance that the aliens that people think is going to come to this planet have already been constructed on this planet. If you whoop-de-doo, if the aliens come get us and take us back to alien land, whoop-de-doo, right? We're not scared of aliens. That's not the play. That's not what we're interested in. What we're interested in is what upgrades, just like when you got them telephones and they tell you that it's time for you to get an upgrade. Do you have enough space to accommodate the upgrade? This is the time for you to start emptying out all the extra stuff you have in your device in order for you to receive the upgrade. So how do I know this is device laden? This instrument coming from a deep star space in Sagittarius, the same place that the wow frequency came in 1977, is also sending instruction in the form of nickel, which is interesting that many comets have iron ore associated. There is no iron coming off of this comet from the readings. It's all nickel, bro. So nickel is very significant for cell tissue. You understand?
I see where you're going,
So what happens is the closer comets, this is not about Earth, this is about Mars and your connection to Mars. You dig?
Yes, sir.
So they have already put up the readers in Mars because they knew that this was going to happen. 33 billion ton hunk of nickel, or and nickel might be on the outskirts of it. It also has liquid. So this liquid, when it gets close to the sun, is going to atmospherically send liquid into the magnetic field that the sun is going to directly channel, because that's the only thing it can do with that liquid, materialized hydrogen and all that, and send it right to the earth. And who do you think are going to be the recipients? Right? So when I say we, I say that, you know, in a very French way, not groups of people, whoever can see the yes in their reality, that they not walking around or living in knows that the universe is trying to attack them, that this is the only planet in the world, bro, that the humans can identify the recessive and the weak, but yet succumb to the strength of weakness. This is the only place that the originators of civilization have to defend their emotional connection to their narrative. You heard? So anybody could play with the unknown. But this is very simple. If a comet, and you're on this planet, and a comet comes in trajectory or close to your sun can speed the comet up. It says that the sun shall fold. I don't know what that sounds like in ancient language, but Quranically, they say the sun folds. And then in its folding, it sends stars in there where they're supposed to be. I'm paraphrasing, but for those who are into epistemology and those who understand what eschatology is and the significance of the theory or the theme of apocalyptic narratives, they understand that apocalyptic narratives all derive, and religiously all derive from a consideration of the stars. So your ancient people was not afraid of hurling rocks that come towards them. In fact, they was almost like emissaries or messengers. And the same way that you get an upgrade when Apple tell you, hey man, there's a new upgrade for your device that we can fix your eye, your lens. We can fix the imagery tool on your lens. So now you can take a better picture, right? If the instruments that we use to communicate are expressions of our own hands and what we made, then they can tell us about our motivations. So a term like third eye atlas is profound. They show you humans can't make nothing up. We are recipients of preemptive messaging. You heard? So when you say that you was thinking about naming the young god Atlas, you heard? You must take in consideration your place in this world. And I promise you, Rich, you've been around a lot of people. I bet you was raised around people that a lot of people wish they could be around when you was a young man. The young people who are striving to be identified as tough in the street, they would love to be around the people that you could have been around when you was a kid, right? Now that you older and now that you have accomplishments, you would never look back to go be around the same thought patterns as a child. You would hope that your friends would have upgraded with you.
Right.
However, we have taught in this world that the Creator makes us in different degrees and variations according to the needs of humanity. So many of us are gifted with a gift, and that gift gives you a duty. That duty is to instruct, right? Thus, your life becomes a message. So, why are you on the planet Earth if you hear and you were forged without permission, and they tell you that a comet that is almost like literally the front of the comet is the part emitting all of the energy and the light. It is unlike any other. The comet light is not coming from the back of it. The scientists at Harvard said it's like putting a tail on the forehead, third eye. He said it without saying it. Putting the tail of a cat on its forehead is what this comet is doing, traveling at a rapid pace of 133,000 miles an hour. So to them, with a limited framework of cosmology, they can attribute with a limited framework of understanding this to something that they've never seen. And the only thing that they never seen is an alien. And the reason why they've never seen it is because they very well may be the aliens that we created a long time ago. You heard? So don't be surprised when you see pilgrims in space. This might be an ancient narrative from our narrative. These was the human artificials harking back to Bobby, that the human artificials are the ones that got to do all of this work to figure themselves out, bro, to try to put a stop on it. Watch the movie Blade Runner. You heard? When the most brilliant of them, they only got 4 years to live. You heard? They got to figure it out in 4 years. They know everything, though, have the most prowess and all of that, but got to figure it out in 4 years, right? So don't tell me an alien or a spaceship is coming with aliens and we live in the Americas. We buy Cahokia, we buy Aztec and Mayan pyramids, we buy the Grand Canyon. I don't know if you ever went over the Grand Canyon, bro, and just look down at that. That is a Martian-like planet, bro. And there's so
like Mars.
literally, and there's so many regions underwater that have yet to be explored. So there's no way in the world you can whoop-de-doo. Hey, show me an alien or off-planet alien, and why would they want to be here? It was made here. We made aliens because we is the first alien, literally. So all of these narratives that run into the fear-based DNA of the pilgrim that turns into movies and films, they begin to invaginate the minds of the original people, and then you forget your trajectory science and the fact that, yo, when something like this happens, you're supposed to be cleaning your cache to receive the upgrades of whatever it's telling you, because it's telling you, though, hey, I'm going to Mars because Mars is connected to y'all. So whatever happens, I would love to ask Raku what happens 50 days from the 3rd, 50 to 48 days from the 3rd, because I also want to pay attention what's going to happen on the 29th, because we're not going to see this comet again to Christmas time, bro. In fact, Christmas Day. You feel me? So I'm like, bro, I literally write excellent books. The way to format your mind to understand what I'm saying is deep inside my narratives enclosed in my books.
Yo, hey,
For real, for real.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got Rod Cool on the phone because we doing this shit tonight. I like where you're going with it.
Come on, man.
What
Come
what you
on,
wanna
man.
what you wanna
This is my big bro.
he can't hear you. Hold up. What do you want me to ask him, man?
I would like for you to ask Raku what does it mean if the Earth is on the other side of a celestial body? Because I don't think it's negative spacing. I think we all
Hey,
affected by
say that again. You would like to know
anything
what?
within the orbit.
Hey, start over. You would like to know what? Say that again.
What does this celestial body mean to those of us who have blood in our body or who have Mars in our chart?
So the Mars is the planet in question altogether.
Well, the comet got so close to Mars on October 3rd that when this me on a personal level, where I was and the work that I was doing showed me that I am an instrument to mankind. Literally, I don't make up no decisions. The other day, you heard? I was in sync with the comet, bro. For real.
Listen, you said this happened on the 3rd, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know, my site was my page was hacked on the same day, and on the same day the moon conjuncted Mars, not just the comet. So it happened in the sign of Scorpio. So this is why your Scorpio happened, because you have the sun there when you were born, and you have the sun in the house of career when you was born. So this is your popularity and all that. Okay, on the internet and all that crazy shit. But your desire, I can see you now wanting to receive like a motherfucker or move forward like hell. Either way, there's a master move that's trying to get you the urge. That's what Mars is. So in Scorpio too, man, you need to have a plan of execution, man. Simple as that. But you gonna feel, the ancient Sumerians.
You hear that, Rich?
Yeah.
The ancient Sumerians used comets, okay? And they used the constellation that the comet came out of, to aid in the delineation. So it was in the sign of Scorpio tropically, okay? And it was so early, Mars is so early in Scorpio on that day, and it has the sun that all Scorpios are gonna feel that in some form or fashion.
Wow.
But understand this. You also, you're a Scorpio, you got, and an Aquarius. You're an Aquarius rising with a Scorpio sun. And both Uranus and Pluto are in a perfect trine. And we're in aspect to Mars that day. So
right.
That also has to do with you rebuilding or transforming your network in some form or fashion, because you know it's an ever transforming beast. Anyway.
Bro, Rich.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just fucking
Rich.
cold.
Yeah. Yo, you hear me? Yeah. Hey, you hear me?
In the middle of doing a reading, right? I would love to be able to sit here and kick it with you, but I'm doing
okay. Oh, I'm sorry, my brother. All right, I'm gonna let you get back to your reading.
Don't be sorry, because one hand wash the other, both hand wash the face. I just want you to know that what you was interrupted. So I didn't want y'all to get comfortable with the idea that I could just fuck this off for the next 15 minutes.
Gotcha. I appreciate it, Rob. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. All right, peace. Yeah, hey, yeah. You there? Is his thing frozen? I think his thing is frozen. Let me plug my mic back in. AA screen is frozen. It is stuck right now. It's frozen. Oh man. Yeah, this was good. This is good. This is some good stuff today. And it's super full moon tonight too. Remember, the show don't end when it ends. Keep this going all night till you go into that dream realm, y'all. A gonna call back. Great show though, man. He's vibing out. He's really, really going in. I like his emotional intention tonight. One day I'll be seeing y'all in the chat. You'll be like, "Oh, brother Rich, you look tired." I don't think y'all know how somebody looks when they're in trance or they're listening attentively. When you see podcasters and they're like, that's like for cameras. This is a spiritual channel. I'm like as if I was smoking a cigar. I'm in the zone. I'm in the flow. So I need y'all to grow up. Like we vibing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the flow. I'm completely engulfed in what it is the speaker saying. That's how I'm able to feel it. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a podcast where I'm just like, and I gotta have my makeup on and my shaped up, and I gotta go to the gym. Like, it's not that. It's I'm really tuned in. I'm Radiohead. I'm really tuned in to what's being said. And I wish more of us could listen like that. And that's actually how you have to listen to the universe and the cosmos and shit like that. And you get some answers that way. So we got to get used to that. I wonder why AA didn't call back yet. Let me hit him up real quick. Make sure everything all right. This is getting good, man. I don't know what happened to my brother. Hey.
Please leave your message for 2.
Yeah, it's going to voicemail. Somebody said, where you get that hat from? I forgot. Somewhere online. I forgot. Completely forgot. I had it for about a year though. Somewhere online. Might have been Etsy. Etsy got some good hats. Let me call them again.
Please leave your message for.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe his shit died or something. I don't know. But what's somebody said that was the show. That's all we needed. Nah, it was fine. What, we 40 minutes in? Yeah, that was definitely fire. Let's see if damn. I would hate for it to end like this though, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this Atlas thing, like you could feel it. And what's the most important thing I took from what AA said? And I've been getting this message, like I've been reading not books, but I've been watching videos that's been saying the same thing. And it's related to something I've been telling y'all. Why is it coming up? The silence is golden thing. Now the thing is, if you get an upgrade, like when AA was talking about the phone, sometimes we got so much shit on our phone, we gotta delete things just for the upgrade to happen. We're consuming so much information online. I knew it was bad last year, man. I probably had like 4 different tabs up from 4 different podcasts at one time, and I said, "Oh shit, I can't keep doing this." Because it's so stimulating online. So you could just be on there consuming shit all day. So I think it's time that we clear out the cache, as he says. I think it's time that we, get rid of what's not immediate. It depends on what's important to you. Like if here goes A right here. He returns. Legend.
Bro,
You back?
this is the first time this ever happened. I just got a signal. It said my phone heated up. We was talking hot.
Damn,
We
like
was talking
that.
hot. Yeah, I'm telling you, they sent one of them. They sent one of them kinetic energies or something to the Jones. Cut him off. I
Man,
promise you.
man, oh
You
man.
know,
But
yo.
yeah, that was good. That was good with Rod Cool. I like where you going with it. Let's keep this thing going, eh?
So, the properties of nickel have, and people could Google this. They can look at and see. For cellular structure, it's good for the for your enzymic abilities to process foods and offer you energy. It's almost like to amino acids. They say nickel is almost like a spark plug to a car, right? So they telling us carboniferous beings, right? Because when they read the signatures coming out the area from the wild signal and the where this three-eye atlas come from, it's like largely populated by hydrogen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hydrogen atoms, I guess, when they, along trajectory, they pick up or they transform themselves into things and then become like highly significant atomic structures. And then water allows it to lay itself on us. So now in this book, in the secret architecture of our nation's capital, let me see if I can adjust the camera if this is intuitive enough to do so, or if I'm smart enough. Let me see my smart ass on back back ultra wide camera. Bam. Let's see. Look, now you see this? Now it says in the book on page 183 of the secret architecture of our nation's capital, it says that, as is often the case with Masonic symbolism, the secret seems to be involved with ancient Egyptian iconography and hieroglyphics. In such images, the gods are not portrayed as weeping, as throwing drops of sacred water. The Egyptian hieroglyphic mist, which looks like the threefold fall of water, actually means the dew and portrays drops of water falling from heaven. Drops of water falling from heaven. The same hieroglyph also means instruction. So we get from the narrative that let's reconstruct this and let's use critical thinking. Let's remove the need to assign things beyond our understanding to deity, and let's look at this scientific experience that if a comet comes close to the sun, all of its watery mass begins to melt, and that is the mist or the instruction or cosmic dew. So think of it like this. If I tell you that the Assyrian, the Akkadian and the Arabic kakaabu, it means literally with the archetype, it means comets means your father. So the instruction from ancient people was saying that is your first or your father. They were telling people that you all come from comets, literally. You heard? Literally. We come from comets. And then, and if you look at ancient, the only way to really get to ancient psychology, you have to, or to ancient history, the road to ancient history is ancient people's myths. If you want to understand archaeology, before you go dig up a people's remains, you have to understand their myth. Because if you don't understand their myth, you just playing around in their grave, and then you could just say whatever or attribute symbols to their functions that didn't have nothing to do with them. So there's something ubiquitous about our people. When you go, the farther you go back in the area that is the most religious right now, the Middle East, Iraq, Iran, Mesopotamian people, who were the people before the Sumerians? Now, this is interesting because I'm under the impression from my study of our teachers, our Judilla Dungy Houston, Renoko Rashidi, that Sumerians are extensions of the Kushite Empire, right? And that the Kushite Empire went all the way from West Africa all the way into Eastern Ethiopia, which is India today. So we can see and we can follow narratives and function all the way over. But when we get closer to Mesopotamia or we get into India, we start seeing the narrative of deity associated anthropomorphically to human figures even more in the collective consciousness of the classical sense, where you start seeing deities as humans. In particular, when you explore with the meaning of the third eye, you got to go and study Shiva. And when you study Shiva, Shiva is often always postured, and this is how you know this is directionality religion. African people, to establish their sorcery, their juju, their magic, their reality, they have to first establish where they're at. They're the first people that taught everybody north, east, southwest. So when you get to Indus Kush, Shiva's always looking to the south because that's a symbol of pineal function, and that pineal function only occurs when there's a dropping of pineal fluid. It's a dropping, the south. And you could go look this up. People, and I enjoy, I don't know, we from the old school, Rich. I have not been challenged ever since I started teaching, bro. I think our style of rap is amazing. You heard? What we do is amazing. I was there and I saw you, and we were contemporaries of that realm. The red and the blue will tell you Will I Am, and everybody tell you KB. We used to pull up with pens and pads. That was our flex on each other. You heard? Like, you in here without no pen and pad is crazy. We all had notes. We did comparative note taking. You feel me? So nothing against the new generation and the people that have in their hands devices, but everything that I said to you, run it through a device. You heard? Run it through your respective device to see what I'm saying is correlating to what is occurring. So we need not worry about nothing. When they report on the news that something celestial falls within the orbit of this planet, the original people of the planet who still have the signature of originality. You can't shame me for this. You heard? This is the only planet I ever known, and this is the only reality that I know. So when I look at it, I'm like, yo, why would the very thing that hates me want to be me at the same time? You heard? And this shows you what this planet is about. This planet is a planet that has been developed over several billion years with several billion experiences of consciousness on it. You heard? There's been several civilizations. So when you go deeper into our civilization, and when they go deep and they dig past Sumer in Acadia, you got to go like 45 to 35 feet to find a new civilization when you're in archaeology. And the further they went down, they went 4 levels down and identified these people, and they called them the Ubayyad, right? Similar to the Ubayyad today, but the Ubayyad, right? And when you look at their pottery, their first or initial technology, imagine their iPad. Imagine their first iPad is a pot filled with water. And in that water, now you got to remember this. A lot of people take this for granted. We are recipients of civilization, of people who wrote down facts to the natural world, who went to sleep at night without lamps and lights. When the night, it was nighting. You heard? Literally. You was not promised the next day. The only thing that you could study was the sky. The only way that you could determine if you was going to be here the next day is if you was able to have access to the nuances connected to your nativity, where you was at, where you was born, your culture, and our connection to whatever star is connected to our civilization. You feel me? So When you see comets come into our solar system, that comet is connected to a star that is perhaps a a paternal figure of our planetary structure. So we are being visited by an ancient ancestor cosmologically, bro. For real, for real. Right? And that's the most important thing. If you look at what's going on the planet right now, what if they know this already and want to augment the message and get the message to dovetail spiritually into an agenda that has nothing to do with our empowerment? If that's the case, I don't care about popular culture. I don't care about your algorithm or what they present to you. You being manipulated by your algorithm. If your thoughts, ambitions, your what you love and who you love is not wrapped around your own upgrade from the cosmos, you subject to be sharing daily with the people who matter the most, which is the only people that know you, because the people that don't know you don't care nothing about you. So the ones that do know you, you have to be very kind, courteous. And I say this as a 50, about to be 51-year-old man. I wish I knew what I knew now a long time ago. But if I did know what I knew now a long time ago, I wouldn't be who I am right now. And I might not be able to have helped nobody. You feel me? So I honor my experiences and I wear my experiences like badges of honor. And when I tell people this, I'm telling you, be mindful of what it is that you are relative to and what you perceive. When you close your eyes and you only there with your third eye, you better have the best visualization of yourself that you ever could fathom. And while I'm alive, I want to say this publicly to you, Rich. You are one of the best humans that I've ever encountered in my entire life. And I didn't meet you until I was in my 30s, brother. You heard? And
Appreciate
I have seen you do exactly what you said you was gonna do. And we breathe the same air. We may have encountered the same obstacles, but I feel as though that you are a titan, bro. You above God. I
Damn.
would tell in my next
Thank you, bro.
iteration of teaching, I would tell young people the idea is not to be God, the idea is to be a titan. You
Mm.
feel me? The titans are the ones who set the stage for the gods to experience what that is. If those and gods are for those who need them. You heard?
Mm.
Titans are the ones who create the gods. I promise you. And you one of them, bro.
Appreciate
And
it,
it
bro.
comes from your ancestors and every experience that they have encountered. And everyone who is in your cycle or circle of influence or care, custody, and concern is also a recipient and also a giver of their greatness. You understand? So this is where I want to say this. This is where orbits come into existence. They don't have to collide. You heard? Orbits come into existence. They do not have to collide. This is why this planet is the planet where things can have the experience of being healed. You heard? You can heal a thing. So I'm working with one of my brothers, man, from Mississippi. He's from Mississippi, but he works out of Denolia. And bro, when I tell you this brother is one of the most human accomplished people, and the brother is a black Indian with ancestral roots in tobacco, right?
Mm.
And like way back. So when I get to talk to him, I get to talk my Jeremy Narby, the serpent talk, right? So yo, bro, you would be surprised as how we could find out about the secrets of the universe by just being around sacraments. So the
Hey.
brother taught me, bro. He taught me something so deep, bro. Come on, talk about it, man. For real. So he was like, man, he told me, he said something so deep. He was like, foxes, you find foxes, right? right?
Yeah.
By always find foxes right by tobacco, because when the fox gets sick, the fox licks tobacco so that it can gag or create enough saliva to rid itself of whatever made it sick, right? But also in there is these snakes. You heard? Like I forgot the name of the snake. The snake is what the snake got a the name of the snake sound like it got fur on it and four legs. It's a water moccasin, bro. I ain't know a water moccasin was a damn snake. I thought water moccasins was like a beaver or something. You heard? Because it sound like that. It's a snake, and they want to smoke. They all around tobacco. But the other thing that's around tobacco too is poison, and poison is a thing that protects that which is sacred. So could you imagine understanding that you born on earth, born through nature, and that the very thing that can help you remember or get back to ancestral remembering is a tobacco plant, because your actual neural pathways accommodate nicotine. So a part of the sacrament to get back to ancestors is to burn. And this is how we find it in cultural morphology. You'll find people who are in the arts and sciences of sorcery will burn a cigar to channel ancestral energy. You heard? People who have an actual real ayahuasca experience, they'll tell you that when they go, they have to do a tobacco sacrament on top of crystals or quartz of some sort, while the person plays music and a flute, and then they have to ingest what the medicine in an earthen bowl for it to, for you to get the cosmic experience. You know what I'm saying? So in short, I'm like, there's a spider that looks the same color of the tobacco called the brown recluse.
Mm.
So it it's so small, but yet they can get large too. And if anybody knows anything about spiders, ask our brothers and sisters down south or wherever spiders be at, if they know somebody that got bit by a spider and they ain't seen them in a minute or ever again. You feel me?
Mm. Mm.
For real. For real.
No, indeed, indeed.
For real.
Hey, I don't know if they told you yet or if you seen the show. I just came back from Honduras,
How
and
was
I got
that?
it was beautiful, bro. The mountains go up to the clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
I got to go back just to climb the mountains. But I was gifted with some sacred tobacco that's not available.
Mm,
That's not available to the general public. Mostly the shamans out there use them. The curanderos, the shamans that help Dr. Sabi. So I got the tobacco
mm.
the cigars I got is 100% pure tobacco, brother. Like 100% pure tobacco. Hey, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I just sent
Yo,
some to
I didn't even know this, and we just spoke
I
about
know,
this. It's
I know
yo,
people in
this
the
is
chat
crazy.
probably thought we talked. We didn't even talk. A don't even know what's going on with the tobacco. Let me show you something. A so because A don't even know yet, y'all. He don't even know. Like I want you to see how serious I am, A. So like you see all of that
Yeah.
it's in the humidor. I'm keeping them fresh. What they say, 73 degrees. This is pure. Hey, when I say me and Red Pill had one of these the other day. Me and Red, when I'm
Yeah.
gonna send you, sir. Send me your address. But
With
you
your
see
permission, this brother is a student of all of our teachers, and he's a black Indian from a tradition of
oh,
well over 100 years of actual rolling tobacco, and he's really spiritually based and very highly esteemed. You heard? I would love for you to have a
I
convo with him and share this with the people. For real, for real.
We gonna make that
Literally.
happen for sure. We gonna make that happen for sure, my brother.
That
But I definitely got you. I'm gonna send you some, my brother. I just sent some to Vicky, Hank, Rod Hayes. Like so, the whole
you a
spirit,
legend.
the whole spirit team is lit. I'm the tobacco chief in town now. Hey, I'm the new
Yo,
tobacco god, my brother. So
talk
yeah,
about it.
yeah, but listen, this conversation tonight, it's one thing I want to say, mention that you said earlier. I want to know what you think about it. When you was talking about the morning dew. I remember one time when I first moved to Georgia, this was like a year and a half ago. One of my neighbors is Indian, and the lady came to came to the front of my home, and she wanted to know who did the landscaping, because we had like some planters put out in the landscaping. And she was like, yo, I seen you out here grounding. She was like, you want to know when's the best time to ground? I said, when? She said, in the morning time, the morning dew. She said, you got to
Yes,
ground out there. She said, you got to ground in the morning dew. I'm telling you.
yes,
But she wouldn't
yes,
elaborate. I said, word.
yes,
So I'm like,
yes.
what do you think about that? You ever heard of that? Grounding
So,
in the morning dew?
so I've learned from my reading of esotericism that one of the practices is that whenever you see women hang sheets out overnight,
Mhm.
you would think some people think that they sheets that them sheets is out there drying because she just washed them. But back in the day, those women were sorcerers and they knew how to extrapolate healing properties from the environment as well as the rain. And they would take those sheets after the morning and squeeze them out into bowls. And
Oh,
those bowls of water have MSM in them. So MSM, see, they ain't have hip replacements back in the day.
right.
Yeah. They ain't had no hip replacement. So how did somebody grandma, everybody got a great grandma or a story about a great grandma that lived well off into her hundreds, right?
Right.
That still was able to function and move better than some of us,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So there's practices. So when people have, you could go to the health food store right now or a vitamin shop right now and get MSM. It's a sulfur that's good for your cartilage,
Mhm.
for your bones and the connectivity between bones. It allows it to have integrity. Yeah. So you get this naturally from the rain and the water. See, when I say that the universe is conspiring to your success, you have to have a trajectory for what success is. And you have to live long enough to have enough people cry for you to get back home to your ancestral place. So that means that you have to live long enough to have so many impressions on humans in a
Mm.
positive way that the oarsmen have enough water to get you home. Imagine putting a boat to get you back to the celestial point of reference where you came from, and there's no water for them to row in.
Mm.
That water comes from the tears of the humans who will miss your presence. You feel me?
Yeah, my brother.
So that's the way that the human must live. You must live long enough to be missed when you're gone, for real. And for those of y'all who got some game and you want to improve the quality of your life here, you need to sometime romanticize your presence. You is too seen. And to the carnally inclined, you look like you want to be seen too much. You look like you identify with your body. You look like you identify with your ideas, which don't even come from you. You look like you identify with everything except for a a full comprehensive confidence in your ancestors. Can you live for 72 hours without speaking to another human? Can you speak to the cosmos? Can you go to a forest and sleep comfortably within the resources that you brought with you. Because I would not go to, I'm not going to the forest with a sleeping blanket. You heard? You got to go to the forest with a rifle. You feel me? So I'm like, what kind of game are we playing with reality? So I'm on a planet. I was not asked if I wanted to be here. So now that I'm here in the human form and the thing that dies, which is an honor, yo, bro, once you figure that out, that everything has to go, everything must go, like a sale of the century. You heard?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when you get older, don't let none of them dudes make you think no otherwise. When dudes get in their 50s, 40s, for late 40s, 50s, bro, you're thinking about mortality a lot. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You thinking about it. You pondering it. People in their 40s, y'all good. Your early 40s, you need to relax. You need to relax and chill and stop taking shit so seriously. You heard? Start having your own imagination. And I always wanted to get back up here and speak about this. I'm going to digress. One day I looked on the internet and I seen somebody making fun of people who said that Atlanta is Atlantis, brother. You heard? And when I saw that, bro, I was offended. And I was offended that there is a group of, I don't know where they are or who they are or what they encompass, of African Americans who get up and try to dis, dismantle our imagination in the modern world. You heard? They got, the pilgrims have actively advanced technology using science fiction from Philip K. Dick. That's their big homie. Minority Report, the future crime, the androids, AI, all come from science fiction, right? If you try to put a ceiling on suppressed African American psychology, you are doing more damage to your own self and your people than any form of genocide or oppression that could ever occur to a people. So when I say this, let us be and let's rise above those who just don't understand. It's a reason why you got to talk about us, because it ain't shit going on in the secular world, bro. There's nothing going on outside of what people consider consciousness. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of the most prolific and significant people who is getting to bags, who's really manifesting, right? They got a culture where they keep it to themselves. You feel me? And they move with the sciences. And this is why I tell young people, I learned this in my overview and study of Hermetic philosophy is you don't tell nobody about your plays. Anybody that know about your next play is somebody that you honor their psychology. For real, for real. You can't tell everybody your play. Bro, do you remember this back in the day? Everybody listening, remember this. You remember all them good ass ideas that you had? I'm talking about the ones. And you went and told somebody your idea. And then they was like, ooh, that's fire. And this is 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You've been telling people your ideas. So you've been an idea ass, making ass nigga for years. But none of your ideas have you manifested, but you'll sit back and watch like snails your idea manifest in all these areas like the 100th monkey. And you don't get nothing from it because you was running, you was bumping them gums. You was talking for all the wrong reasons. And science has even proved it now that you biologically, when you tell people your ideas, you lose the dopamine to manifest them. You should keep them to yourself. This is why the soil, back to this, the woman told you the best time to do your do work is in the morning for the soil, because the soil is dark and it's black, and then it's the water of emotion, your own emotion, has allowed it to be pliable enough to plant seeds in it. But you cannot put your ideas in minds of others because people is competing. A lot of people don't actually, a lot of people is very good chameleons. They have never read none of the books that you and I have read, but they put on and they got more following than us. You heard? How is that possible? Well, we're on Earth. You heard? And anything can happen, literally, at any time, for real, including your abundance. Abundance could come. It's never too late to be great. If you got people that's in bondage that need to be free of anything right now, it's never too late to be great. Act like Michael Jordan and see yourself make the jump shot. See yourself making a three. But hey, people don't teach people to see themselves be great. They train you like a dog to monitor their greatness and keep you at the door, letting in who they want to be in. You ain't, next thing you know, you ain't even get shit. Dogs don't live that long. You feel me? You crazy? Yeah. So I'm like, man, you could be looking for consciousness, you could be looking for the deepest spiritual secret, but if you ain't got no clean Air Force Ones, that shit don't mean nothing to nobody that got eyes on the planet, bro. You for real. So keep that shit to yourself. You need to pray to God. So if the problem is this, right? I'm deep. I know a lot of stuff, right? But could you imagine how silly I feel knowing all of that? If you ain't got an X amount of dollars at a certain amount of time at a certain time, that shit don't matter what you know, bro. Especially when they got comets flying out of Sagittarius at 133,000 miles per hour, right? Boom, like this, right? Boom, they're into trajectories, and then you sit up thinking about other people's thoughts and what they think about you and what they heard and all this and what they finna do and all this. I'm like, yo, come on, man. You heard? I'd rather cater to the stars through catering to my people. I want to create the emotional intelligence and sensitivity to be present to the people that's closest to me. I don't want to have interaction or a human interface with nobody that don't got my books, bro. You heard? Anybody that got my books can tap in with me and talk to me. I didn't know if y'all knew that. You heard? Especially if you got the book right direct, because we got a lot of talking to do, for real. So when I see if the thing is coming out of Sagittarius and the ancient people made a symbol of a half man, half beast, and that the thing comes by Mars and was there the other day, Rob who just said, I'm a conduit for my message. I could have kept this like this. I text you and I was like, Rich, this is some interesting stuff, bro. Right? A lot of people might think that I could just ask to be on the show. They don't know you run a tight ship. You know what I mean? For real. You a legend. You curate your shows. You know what I mean? I don't think I asked you to ever be on the show. I just be ready. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like this, bro. That symbol of an arrow, somebody shooting an arrow. When I went to Japan, when I go to Osaka, when I went to Osaka, they have a whole narrative. When I went to Kyoto, there's a whole narrative of the priest. They do a game. They participate in a game, bro, where they shoot arrows, and the game is a part of the religious practice and worship function. You heard? So then you look at the continent of of Africa, and you see that we have a tradition where our people consume the blood of oxes and bulls, and the way they extrapolate the blood is they make a small bow and arrow, and they get it from like a jugular vein, and they make a beer or a brew. And your initiation in the culture is that you have to grow up with a bull and learn how to tame a bull. So, do you know what this means to your psychology when you are initiated person? That your celestial bull or the celestial cow is in North African cosmology, where you can look inside of the body of it and see the sky. So, what does this mean? What does this all of this mean? So I'm like, we speak a language that is static. Our language of English is like shooting a movie without no good lens. It's just shooting it
Mm.
just like this, boom, with one lens. There's a vocabulary to civilization and the dissemination of ideas to advance psychology of those participating in the now. So we are standing on the shoulders of the shoulders of the shoulders of the shoulders of humans that lived when there wasn't lights on at night. It wasn't no websites, it wasn't no cash apps to send no socketry. You heard? But now that these things are here, they have to be used to advance civilization. So I'll be like this: please advance your civilization and sock it to me, literally, on the thing. Look, yo, for real. Cause you all about the bag. You my brother. I ain't never seen you. You from Harlem too. Y'all is about that paper, man. I'm telling you, yo.
It's in our blood, man. It's in our blood, AA.
Yo, it's in the blood, the air, the water, and everything. I swear to God, y'all different.
Hey, how can they donate? They donate to you through Cash App, right?
Yeah, through Cash App, or they could go to the website and make a donation to themselves and buy the material, whatever
Well,
it is,
what do you prefer
for
me to
real.
post? What do you prefer me to post? I'm about.
The Cash App, the
What's your
Cash App,
Cash App?
and
Cash.
it's
What?
it's AA, it's AARASHIDART, AARASHID ART. I wish I had the homies in the thing in the chat. They could just put it up. They could just share it
Yeah.
and be like
King
this.
King
That's
Simon.
one.
King Simon posted it. Shout out to King Simon is in
Shout
the
out
chat.
to King Simon, bro. I did a
Yeah.
show with King Simon the other day. King Simon, see, you got to talk to the big bro. You
Yeah.
heard? Yeah, he was very present in the dialogue and afforded me an opportunity to express a lot of things for
That's
real.
dope.
Not saying that you don't, but I was like, out of what I'm KTL trained. You feel me? So we get right to it. With the I wish y'all both would get the KTL sounds, get the explosions, the Funkmaster Flex shits. Because I
Mm-hmm.
was dropping bombs tonight. For real.
No
Like this.
fact.
Boom, boom, boom. Like this.
But
I missed that, son. I
yo,
missed that.
hey, what was you saying earlier? You
Thank
said
you.
something about
Somebody eat the six sent me something on the Cash App. You a legend. Thank you. I
fire. Thank
promise you, I'm praying that you, whatever you want, you're gonna win. I
you.
promise you. You gotta put your ideas in other people's mind,
Yeah.
especially those people. You gotta put yo. I'm gonna say this. I'm 50. I gotta be able to say this.
Mm.
I wish y'all will all find you a Virgo to be your friend.
The
You
Virgo.
heard? Virgos is legends, bro. I'm telling you.
Your
And
daughter,
I'm
your
telling
daughter's
you.
a Virgo, right?
Super.
Yeah.
Listen, literally. But she told me the other day, she G-checked me the other day.
Oh
She was
man.
like, she got a stellium in Libra. So
Mm.
she leans towards that, although she does understand, that we are like a medium of all of our placements, but
Yeah.
she identified more, and I do see it. But when she wants to be a Virgo, she can be it very excellently. You
Uh,
heard?
uh,
Literally. So that detail orientedness
right.
is there, but to all signs, I would say you shall honor the sign before you and after you. So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, New Diamonds. You're a legend. Somebody sent me some chicken. Boom. So I'm like this. I always say this as a Scorpio. How do you become a Scorpio? It's like the two to three signs before you and the signs after you tell you who you gonna be. You know what I mean? Literally, for real. So all of my um I rarely, if ever, have discrepancies with Scorpios. Once we identify that we are Scorpio, we kind of stay out of each other's way. You heard? Unless you from too far into October. Yeah, because I'm like a November. I'm a quintessential November 13th Scorpio. So I was born the actual same day as the Amityville Horror in Long Island. You heard? I was born in Chicago. So a portal of something happened. If you people watch that movie, if you really believe in entities and possession and spiritual significance in magnetic fields, that's an ill day. Lawan, you a legend. Maurice, you a legend. The homies, thank you. See, this is how you can keep people going. You thank them while they still here, bro. I'll be like, yo, when people say, yo, give a nigga flowers, nah, don't give me no flowers. Give me some soup, son. Damon, Tanya, thank you. I'm like this, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Don't give no nigga no flowers. Give a nigga some soup, man. For real. For real. Suhil, thank you. For real. Thank you, Cash App, too. For real.
Yo,
For
hey,
real.
real quick. Earlier you mentioned about the 3-2 ratio.
Yes.
I want to know what was you talking about exactly? Because I know in
Ah.
music theory, the 3-2 ratio is the perfect fit,
Yes.
and that and that
Yes.
and that's the most consonant sound interval in music. So,
Yes.
what was you saying earlier about the 3-2 ratio?
So there's a 3-2 ratio, shows you the lines of demarcation for expression if you were to embark on taking music and writing it. Say
Mm-hmm.
you were to write out the music,
Mm-hmm.
and you writing out the music in the form of a narrative, and you're using poetic form, you dealing with pentameter. Yeah. So dealing with penta back to five. You
Yeah.
feel me? Right? And then when you're doing so, you can also chart the growth of anything organic, King. Anything that manifests in the organic world, you can chart its growth based off of those numbers. I remember at one time where I got acquainted with the cannabis flower, and the cannabis flower has to be cultivated in a certain fashion. And this is actually like the harvest season too. If it's a full moon coming up, then people is the next iteration of the flower that people are going to consume is getting cut now, right? Like Keisha, thank you. You're a legend, right? So I go like this. When they were telling us and instructing us on how to care for her, because real good reefer is female. Un when you don't talk to the weed, attend to it, it grows the seeds and it becomes male. But that's not to say, we the world don't need that. But if you want to participate in the cannabis for what it is, you have to know about its spin orient, so you can count by twos and threes. And this is the thing. my listening audience, if you want to cross check this, because many of us just got out of religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way to get back free, the way to free yourself is in the very thing that got you in bondage. Go back to the thing that got you in bondage and find your freedom in your ancient narratives. So you and I, we come from this space called um uh the Odu. We find about what the ancestors is telling us through numbers. You understand me? So the ask Oba, when Oba takes the Kari shell and he does your reading, his reading is the most precise reading ever because he's not making up anything.
Mm.
He's simply being the bridge back to the Bible. By way of 2 or 3 witnesses shall all things be established. You heard what I said? By way of 2 or 3 things shall all things be established. Yeah, Padre, what did you say? Padre Ito's the ghost. Shout out to my son Stovey. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. You heard? It's 3 things. You heard? That create one reality. For real, for real. So I say to you, I promise you, King, you can reverse engineer understanding of any situation that pertains to you and fix yourself in time and space and orient yourself towards abundance by simply knowing that 1 plus 2 equal 3 and 3 plus 3 equals 6. And the first 3 numbers create the first perfect number. And the first perfect number, when you see it, the first perfect number, if you was to see it, the color of the first perfect number is black.
Mm.
You heard?
Mm.
Whenever you see black, you're seeing the anatomical construction of some form of 6 and carbon. You heard?
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Literally. So our solar system exists within a carboniferous world. So it's like this. Anything that's in carbon is energy. Carbon is the parameters in the template to house intelligence. So you can never die. Don't burn bodies unless the intent of the person who cremated themselves wants their ashes to go a certain place, bro. You feel me? But I would say I want to be buried. I want to live and I want to get enough money to be buried next to where my mama buried at. Because our bones have our experience, it has our ancestral merit, and then with the soil and the the floor, the mycelium floor, our message, once we in Islamically, I'm not gonna be in no what you call it, no casket that the homies gotta buy, no casket that $5,000-$10,000. They're gonna put me in a pine box so that the soil, the mycelium, I need them beetles and all of that to reconstructure the mass of my memory mass, my somatic body when it dissipates, so it can become food source. You
Mm.
heard?
Mm.
For another iteration. Because my memory is already here. My memory is ill. You heard? My memory is crazy, bro. For real. And
That's fire.
I'm out here gathering new memories. I want new experiences. I want greater experiences. For real. Thank you, Frederica. You a legend. For
That's fire.
real.
Yeah, this was a we what I'm gonna do, family. I'm gonna get AA back on the show at the end of the month. And
And you know what? To
yeah.
honor the listeners, I'm gonna have a piece of literature for them at the end of the month to honor this conversation
Excellent.
on its trajectory so they can have that. And then those who participated, you heard, we got a shot for them. Those we got to do it like this. The, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. You the big homie, man. Tell us what to do. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna do something for them. You heard? Promise you.
Oh man, yeah, I had a good time just absorbing this information tonight. Family, play this one back. This one was an instant classic. This was LIU AA Rashid tonight. And if any of you was privy enough to be part of that era, y'all know what I'm talking about. AA, before we get out of here, leave them your contact information, my brother. Everything you got going on, AA.
They could go to that'smyson.com. And at that'smyson.com, like literally, that's THATS You could send me a message. You could get course study from the link in my bio. If you buy the course from the link in my bio, we could dialogue and get ourselves up to date as to what you know and what you need to know. Then if you're an artist and you got visual art and you could prove it, I got a Mars book club that is for an entire year. It's $300. If you're an artist and you could prove it and you show me a painting or a picture of your art, you could participate in the book club for half off because I respect the artist. For real, for real. And Rich, I can't wait to tell off air. I'm gonna tell you about this book I'm reading right now. I got back into, the I need to read again because I'm getting older for my brain, bro. This book is called The Politics of Vibration. It's crazy. I've never seen a book scholastically speak about DJ Screw and how hip hop and music creates the space for humans to participate in a
Nah,
whole nother
son.
realm. You heard?
Nah, son.
Promise you, bro.
Where you get this book?
Promise you,
Where you get this book from?
bro. Yo, every place I go look for books. You feel me? And I think my mama and them had me and my brother on purpose. Um, Literally, because we are this, and my brother's born the same day as me. My mother is a anomaly, like a cosmic
Shout out to you.
persona. You was around with my mom, so my mama know you. You heard? And I'm like, bro, she be so proud of us. For
Yeah.
real. And I'm like, man, we here to teach, bro. For real.
Indeed.
Promise you.
Blessings to your mother, my brother. She was absolutely wonderful. I remember her. And once again, in the LIU days. So, yeah, man, you got a
Yeah.
gifted family. Shout out to your entire family. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Do what y'all gotta do tonight. The super. Oh, if anybody is interested, I'm building. Yo, hey, another thing. You see, I changed the name of my channel, right? Did you notice that
What's
the chat? You see, AA ain't been around in a while. AA, the channel now is
oh
363 Empire. I changed it
okay.
from Black Magic. It's 363 Empire now. Whole lot of shit, man.
Yes.
You know why? Let me tell you why. One of the main
Please
reasons
do.
I've been embracing this year. Let me show you what I've been embracing. I've been
Yeah.
embracing silence, right? And
Bro.
instead of listening to somebody talk on the internet, I've been listening to silence, and that's listening to God. And I got a direction I'm going that I won't speak on right now. And that was something that I had to do. All from silence. All praise silence, my brother. It was my greatest teacher this year, my brother. So all praises due to the almighty silence of the universe. And yeah, I'm gonna love to talk to you. Oh, let me share this link. But go ahead, A. You want to say something real quick? Let me share this link real quick.
Yo, the silent tongue never betrays its owner.
Mm,
You heard? One of the most vicious niggas I ever met in my life told me that. Yo, when I was young, I never forgot that. You heard? Yo, bro. And I am a member of the Builders of the Additive, my first hermetic, and we are allowed to speak about our teachings. We can't show our teachings.
mm,
And I promise you, in my very first lesson plan is you don't tell everybody the next play. If you love them, they'll enjoy what you do, but you don't spoil the cosmic soil with all of these chefs in the same pot. Because people's trajectory of thought and ambition goes to different quadrants of the universe. Some people don't care about your well-being. They care about being seen looking cute. Promise you.
Wow.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Damn.
You look, you took. That's one of the oldest teachings ever. If you see it, that nigga said, if I can see it, I can't believe it. And that shit got his ass jammed up too.
Man.
You better watch what you looking at.
Mm.
For real. And so what happens with this, Rich, when the singularity has already arrived and that if my center of focus is pushed to me in the algorithm, then I don't even I'm not even a real person. I'm responding to the algorithm. If I share to you what the shit, if I share something to you that changes your emotional field and makes you misdirect you from your abundance, and I show you something negative, that means now the algorithm controls you and now controls your ancestral output of success. So you got to be conscientious. And one of the things I always learned this, it's not what happened to you, it's how did you respond?
How you respond, right. That's facts.
Because how you respond sets the narrative for the binary system. You heard? So if it's a zero and that's a zero, then it's still a zero. You're going to have to make it something else because I'm not going to do nothing with it. It's going to be a zero. You heard? Because if I put pi to it, I'm trying to construct an understanding based off what you presented to me. And I'm using another number function to do that. You heard? So I'll be like this. Me, the way that I got to this point is I'm literally gonna tell you my secret was that I figured out what you remember that part in the Bible? I studied this when they told Lot not to look back.
Right.
You heard? How you a selfish nigga, Lot. You really didn't love that lady. You heard? Because you didn't have faith. So I got faith in my ancestors. The ancestors said that they looking back for me already. Just keep going, nigga. You heard? Saint Kofa. You heard? We made a whole symbol for you.
Yeah.
Let the bird look backwards. You the one. Go forward. You heard? That's what that means. That don't mean you look backward. You heard? You ain't a bird, is you? If you is, go ahead and get in that fried chicken, man. Go ahead, let them, you know what I mean? Go ahead,
Oh,
go ahead,
man.
let them fry him up. Let them fry him up.
Hey, man. Yo, hey, listen, I got to get out of here. I appreciate you, my brother. And I'm going to have you on at the end of the show. At the end of the month, my brother.
Inshallah.
Indeed. Peace, my brother.
All right, peace and love.
Shout out to AA, man. That was a classic episode. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I might be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. If not tomorrow, we'll definitely be back Wednesday. A lot of people talking about the supermoon tonight. Y'all go out there and enjoy yourselves. Do what y'all got to do. Be safe and spread some love into the ethers, into the quantum field. All right. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. What a show. All right. Signing out. I shared that somebody asked about the cigars. I'm gonna share one more time before I get out of here. As I build my empire, I'm gifting people cigars for those who make donations. So for those who make donations of 30 or more, I'm gifting them a cigar. We was talking about tobacco earlier and the nicotine. So that's the link that you could use if you want to donate, or if you want to donate and be gifted a cigar, you could use that link that I just posted right there. Let me post it one more time without this thing here. Yeah, all right. But man, it's funny. The next show, I'm gonna do a show with Hank, and we're gonna be talking about this on the tobacco also. This is some some serious shit that's going down, y'all. Some serious shit that's going down. But listen, I really appreciate it. I love this. I love what I do. This is real fun. I'm gonna see y'all probably Wednesday. All right, family. Have a good night. Peace.